For me, if you get an exit of Greece from the single currency, I think it's a catastrophe, because I think it changes the characteristic of what the euro is. It's no longer a single currency. It becomes some form of an exchange rate mechanism, and constantly going forward you're going to have these uncertainties in regard to these periphery countries. So I think immediately there would be a repricing of assets to incorporate the risk of future departures going forward. So I think it would be very, very negative. I personally don't think that's going to happen. I think if we get a no vote, that effectively is going to be calling the bluff of the European officials who've been saying that a no means Grexit.
Right.
And I'm not sure that's the case. And I think if you did get a no vote, it's going to force Europe into a change in tack. Because I just don't think it's in anybody's interest, including the ECB's, Europe's, Brussels, Germany, to allow Greece go. And it's just going to force them back to the table and to renegotiate.
We will see a knee-jerk positive reaction, but I wouldn't be looking for a massive rally, because the reality is we didn't have a massive pullback either. I mean, markets have not been concerned. So if anything, I think the real risk is that we get a bit of a pullback if we end up with a no vote. What it does is it gives the Greek Prime Minister much more bargaining power by going back to the creditors and saying, look, we do need to make some adjustments to the deal. But by no means does it mean that Greece is forced out of the euro area. As long as there's liquidity support from the ECB, as long as there's some willingness to negotiate from both sides, you can still imagine scenarios where Greece stays within the euro.
Let me be clear about one thing here. First of all, earnings didn't go anywhere. The first quarter earnings season was great, except for energy companies. And the second quarter is probably going to be pretty decent also, except for energy companies. And I know that you can't really do that necessarily. You shouldn't exclude any part of the market. But let's not pretend like there was this wholesale decline in earnings and the quarter was terrible and everybody's jumping off a cliff. It was really concentrated in one area, and that's energy.